Welcome to season 3 of The Hair Turners. This season, we're changing things up with the emphasis on in depth, one on one conversations with industry experts. Our goal is to uncover their unique insights and learn from their incredible journeys. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Mr. Essence Modani, a leading authority in the textile industry. Your journey has been incredible. To begin with, could you share some insights, highlights from your journey, from your career, and the work that you're leading?
Actually, I started in Sangam India Limited as a managing director way back in 1989, and since then, Sangam India is now a 40 years old company. The most we have presence in polyester, viscose suitings, yarns, cotton yarn, denim, seamless garment, knits, and all. It's and we are one of the largest producer of polyviscose dyed yarn in Southeast Asia, almost one of the leading. And we have created more than 20,000 colors in polyester viscose dyed yarn. So we are an integrated player. So right from, and then we are also, from the recycled fiber to polyester fiber with blends, with viscose and all, we make PV yarn. Then that is woven and processed in-house. And then we are garmenting seamless garments. That is athleisure for women and men also. And so that's about, and the group is having our turnover close to around 3,000 crores Indian rupees. So say around 350 million US dollar approximately. And we have a workforce of around 12,000 people and working with us in a company. And it's a BSL listed company. So this is the company was started way back in 1984. So December. So we are completing on 40 years in textiles in December 24.
And you're with the company since the beginning, I feel.
Yeah, no, it was started with our chairman, Shapi Sunisap, in way back in 1984. I joined in 89.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
then, so my association is around close to 35 plus years.
Okay. That's incredible. So moving forward, as we already know, sustainability is no longer a choice, but a necessity for the textile industry, from climate change to consumer demand for transparency. The sector is experiencing a pivotal shift. Could you start by giving an overview of how you see sustainability reshaping the industry?
Yeah, actually, it's a the main important. Everybody looking for that, and Sangam India is also because since we are listed company, so we are also working and with the ESG and all. We have the goals also. Since we are supplied to leading brands of the world, so we all comply. The units and so company has taken a step long back. So we are having a solar power. We are having a wind power since 2003, the first in 2003 in Jaisalmer. And apart from that, we have a liquid discharge water. So we are treating our water to the and we have a zero liquid discharge. So whatever water we are reusing it by using different technologies, reverse osmosis system and all. So according to this thing, what is being prevailed in the market, everybody is talking about sustainability in real sense, and the companies, those who are focused on that, they only can grow because ultimately demand of the world. So we have to be aligned with their requirements. So earlier we were making our own power with thermal power plant. We have shifted to the green. Based on the your green boilers and all, where we are using the agro waste or some sort of green fuel. So already company has aligned and doing towards achieving the minimum carbon
Footprint.
emissions we have to control.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So we have 18 megawatt of solar power we have installed. Now we are planning further for another putting up solar power plant already. So we want to go more towards green, whatever best is possible.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So, as you already mentioned, the global demand for sustainability, which also comes up with the question that we already have emerging global markets that offer the most potential for Indian soil brands, right? So, which emerging markets do you feel that India can expand into and establish a strong presence?
Just see the market because since we have signed FTA with Dubai,
Mhm.
Dubai is the center where we can cater to all CIS countries in Africa. So I think with Middle East is also like having a vibrant economy, and Russia the major partner because we have a good treaty with them, and then so basically things are looking positive. From major growth will come from East, Middle East, African market, and of course Latin American and the American market, and European market is picking up. But since the population is decreasing, so demand is less compared to for the what products we are into from India. Especially, I'm talking about polyester viscose yarn because we have a stiff competition from China
Mm-hmm.
because in that product segment what we are there. So
Right.
basically, what I feel as and apart from that, even India is also growing at a good pace. The Indian domestic industry is also going to be $250 billion by 2030, and we are targeting export of $100 billion.
Yeah.
So I think it's achievable targets because Indian industry is having export to a tune of 30-35%. So the same tune. So I don't think that India will face a problem in times to come. It's a temporary problem because of global disturbance, Ukraine war, Russia. This is Israel. This is the Middle East and all. So I think I'm quite optimistic about industry from 2025 onwards.
I mean, we all are. Sure,
Yes.
the countries that you have mentioned are increasingly demanding eco-conscious products. So let's hope that we all manage to tap that niche. Moving on to next question. What is your perspective on the potential of emerging markets? You already spoke about Japan and Russia, which is why the question. How can India strategically position itself to capitalize on this opportunity and strengthen its roles?
Actually, to be very honest, that with Japan also because they are and we have a duty free access to them, and they are like the product what India is bringing the craftsman and the tailor made like already good brands of India is also entered there like Fab India and all. So they have entered. So that they Japanese are looking for Indian brands, and we also exporting a lot of yarn to Japan and all, and the fabric also started slowly. So I think India in times to come a good partner with Japan, Russia, Middle East, Africa, even with Latin American markets, in American markets also because we are supplying our fabric to them also.
Okay. And okay, so we spoke about how Sangam is doing such a great job with these global trends and global demand, and you're already working with Japan and these markets that we're trying to basically tap. What do you feel that what role should Indian government policies play in supporting these sustainable practices?
I think government is trying to come out with some policy, like some incentives for carbon utilization and all. The policies underway, but with times to come, government will also support because textile is after agriculture is the industry which gives maximum employment. So the government is also thinking that why and how we can increase the global share. And since sustainability is a major big role is going to play for sourcing and all. So government is also give some incentives to the companies if they are investing something by virtue of I think it's something by government we are also talking to them and they also have some plans to support the green power, the sustainable, circularity and all these things,
Mhm.
recycling of the products and all. I think it will be, and there is in the Indian National Textile Policy also that there is the addition of eco-friendly technologies. So new startups are coming up where they're also thinking that what we can do better for controlling this thing. And Atmanirbhar Bharat, the mission by the Honorable Prime Minister, that Narendra Modi ji, that in case India textile export, how? So the roadmap is all industry ministry is also making roadmap to support with the industry inputs.
And what more do you think could be done to accelerate the progress in this area? We're already working, the government is already working towards it. What do you feel that, what do we possibly could do to help that process?
Actually, the action has to be taken very fast. I mean, our basic thing is that the government, for the infrastructure, the transaction costs to be reduced, the infrastructure. So government is also taken a lot of steps to improve the infrastructure. And
Right.
secondly, like the cost in transaction cost, So government is doing so as infrastructure going to improve, like so the ultimately and for growth of the economy, it is a must that India should have current account surplus, more export than import. It is
Right.
only possible that we can serve the demand and all to the different countries at a minimum cost and minimum possible time. This time and money both important. So I think with the increased pressure, I mean the government focus on infrastructure, like we will, I mean, and of course, India is also good at financial stage. Like we have a good reserve of foreign exchange and all. So the country is having a stable economic policies and growing actually. So we are insulated because our domestic demand is also good, and then we are going for export. So we have a very good domestic demand. Only thing is that the countries those are dumping here, especially China and all, their dumping has to be stopped in India. So government is taking all active with minimum import price and all. So the government is taking full care that our industry should be protected so that we should not be suffered here. So then growth is possible when you earn something. When you earn something, you reinvest into your respective businesses.
For sure.
So I think model is perfect and we have a strong economy. So things will move now from here onwards.
Right. So we're talking about infrastructure and other things, which also basically moves us towards how what steps can be taken in the industry to upskill the workforce also. I mean, efficiency would not be there if our workforce is not that efficient or it's not knowledged well.
Yeah, actually, we have a knowledge center. We are training the people, and the government are also having a Samarth Yojana, a
Mm-hmm.
PMKY,
Right.
Minister's Kaushal Vikas Yojana, and all. So, according, we are training that. So like we have a training in ongoing. So it's a regular practice. So because so I think government is also having that policy for skill development in. So I think in times to come that is not a big challenge now because the population also growing. So they also need some jobs. So the textile is the area where a small skill they
Mhm.
can perform the job.
Right.
Yeah.
Which just leads us to our final question, which is how can Indian textile brands leverage changing consumer behavior towards sustainability? We already know the Gen Z is already concerned about traceability and how their products or where their products are coming from. What do we think? What role do consumer demand play in that transparency?
Like you see, now everybody wants transparency with the blockchain and with this, so traceability and all that should be accountable. So all the certification, all the agencies which are giving the certification, they are also quite doing the audits time to time. So and the declaration from the company. So basically, everyone knows that it's important to be honest, and they
Mhm.
have to the proper traceability. If any wrong step can be detrimental for their brand and for their image. So that basically everybody is conscious about it, and whatever people are saying, they are doing this like whatever best is possible. You cannot do the change overnight, but it is a continuous process, and everybody is improving towards that goal of more sustainability, lesser carbon emissions, more greener energy to be used. You cannot do 100% because but some percentage. So gradual shift will take place.
For sure, for sure. I mean, let's just end this at the thought that the industry is at a critical juncture where sustainability is no longer an option but essential. So
Yeah.
I feel we've all been aware of it. I think need to move above and beyond this mere buzzword that we're all working towards sustainability, but work toward it in real sense. I think it's
Yes.
been a buzzword for a longer period than it should have been.
Actually, you're right. Sustainability without profitability has no sense. I mean, one side you have to maintain the profitability. When we talk about sustainability, as a part of my research, I did my PhD. in
Mm-hmm.
strategic management practices for sustainable future.
Yes, I am
And the
aware.
model which came out that is the RCP model. The resources, what is resources? That model is called RCP model. As a briefly, I can give in 2 minutes.
Of course, of
So
course.
resources, what is resources? Resources is man, machine, material, money, market, and management. When we
Right.
talk about management tech fields, so all resources you have to integrate. And
Mm-hmm.
that integration, based on the values, it has to develop the capabilities in the organization. And that capabilities, based on your technologies, based on your market research, based on your market intelligence, based on your product cost, based on your everything, all strategy, you have to formulate in such a way that you can be, you can achieve the desired goal. So that is capabilities. So all resources coupled with your capabilities, ultimately that comes as a performance.
Mm-hmm.
So that RCP model is a sustainable model by how you can, on day-to-day basis, because market is always dynamic, market, management, material, money, so whatever block, some innovation is taking place, at what cost you are sustainable. So all these things, integration, you have to do it on a
Mm-hmm.
regular basis. And
Right.
textile, very complicated sort of a industry
Mm-hmm.
which is textile start from first T, that is teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
So you require teamwork in textile. Your
Right.
superior, your subordinate, your supplier, your buyer, your market, consumer, producer, right? So teamwork start T from teamwork. Then
Right.
next E comes from, is it you should have energy. E is equal to nothing but MC square. So again, M is here all the resources, and C is your capabilities, and C again, double C is competent. If you are capable, then you are competent. Otherwise, you cannot have competence without
Mm-hmm.
capability. E is equal to MC square, right?
Right.
X is the X factor. You never know which is going to affect. We never know what is going to happen tomorrow. So
Right.
that X factor you should be able to visualize that how and to what extent that particular action will give impact on your company performance. That is
Mm-hmm.
also called sustainable. So then
Right.
I stand for text, T again stand for technology. So you in textile should be upgraded technologies every 10, 15, 12, 12 years. The new technology is coming every 8, 12, 10 years. So you should have the pace with the technology, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I stand for your innovation. What innovate you can do it by
Right.
changing fiber, this blah, blend and all colors, design, structure, whatever. So I stand for innovation. Then L stands for your long-term vision and leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever you are, you should prove your leadership to some extent. How you can become a leader of your state, leader of your in textile for your country, for your this thing. So that leadership with long-term vision is needed. And final E comes or textile. That is excellence in execution. So if you are able to do so textile, this is like what about we have learned over the years. So defined by when I was thinking on that, I defined this textile. This is like going to be like this. So you all my chief executives, all they have this textile like let us have a teamwork. Do not take. Well, you should understand. You should guide. You take support from your subordinates. Well, let us work in consortium that the result should final result should come.
Right.
So am I right?
That's an
This is
interesting
textile.
analogy.
That's great. So with
Wonderful.
this,
I had so much. I mean, needless to say, it was more like an educational session. I was just educated here, I feel. I love the analogy, and
yes,
I
thank you.
had such a great time talking to you. Thank you for sharing such invaluable insights today. It's clear that the path for 2020, 2030 is filled with the challenges, but also the immense opportunities. We can all see it, foresee it. We've been seeing that. So let's work toward it. And it was
Okay.
wonderful speaking with you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Have a
Bye.
great day.